mom that posts a controversial photo of herself online is forced to answer her critics. As the old cliché goes, a mother's work is never done. Even if our views on domestic labor have changed since the 1950s, those words still ring true. Whether you need dinner, clean underwear, or a hug, mom probably has you covered. One mother, however, didn't stick solely to stereotypical housework. She took up blogging, but one of her controversial online photos quickly took on a life of its own. Once that happened, she had no choice but to face the music and answer for her actions. On the surface, Sia Cooper might look like any other mom with 2 children and a loving husband. This Mississippi native, however, has a life story that's anything but ordinary. Growing up in Mississippi, Cooper didn't have the happiest childhood. Comments from her mother damaged her self-esteem, and over the years, those cruel words started to take their toll. As a teenager, Cooper would sneak meals into her bedroom, hoping to avoid her mother's ire. But that wasn't the worst of her problems. Serious issues were on the horizon. Cooper developed an eating disorder and even battled suicidal thoughts as a teenager. While she eventually moved away from her home, things didn't get easier. The problems just manifested in a new way. Cooper then found herself in an emotionally abusive marriage because she wasn't taught her own worthiness. She would eventually divorce that man, though, and enroll in nursing school. It was a new chapter of her life. School, however, brought its own set of challenges. While Cooper wanted to be a nurse, her studies soon proved to be challenging. Real life didn't stop just because she was a student. Between the stress of school and her time crunch, Sia worked part-time in addition to her studies. Cooper started to overeat. More often than not, she found herself indulging in junk food. Eating fast food took its toll on Cooper's waistline. Before long, she was feeling overweight and unhappy. One day, however, she had enough and decided that something needed to change. After watching Food Inc., Cooper changed everything. She started eating healthier, exercising, and eventually lost almost 50 pounds. That wasn't the only thing that happened, though. Another change was coming. She started blogging about her fitness journey. Cooper kept writing throughout life changes and developed a following. After she gave birth to her son, she left her job to become a stay-at-home mom and blogger. Eventually, Cooper became a certified personal trainer and started sharing her fitness tips. Just like that, Diary of a Fit Mummy was born. Things were still far from perfect, though. As a social media influencer, Cooper felt pressure to look perfect. She started editing her pictures in order to keep up an image. Over time, though, she came to one major realization. Eventually, Sia realized that she was hurting her followers by promoting an unrealistic body image. From then on, her Instagram only showed her real life, complete with every single imperfection and flaw. While that was a noble sentiment, it also caused new problems. When Sia showed off her flaws, she invited internet critics into her life. They honed in on one specific post. One day, Cooper decided to share a photo of herself in a bikini. She had previously felt self-conscious about posting it, but in the spirit of body positivity, decided to give it a go. At least one commenter, however, didn't care for the photo. "To show your gains, you don't have to show off your behind like that," they wrote. "You are a mother. Think about what your children see." While the comment could have dented Sia's confidence, she wasn't deterred. If anything, she felt stronger than ever before. She returned to Instagram, ready to share her side of the story. Cooper started by explaining that everyone, including mothers, deserve to feel comfortable in their own skin. Since when were moms supposed to hide their bodies, she wondered, but that wasn't all she wrote. Sia also explained that the commenters' "think of the children" logic didn't hold water. While her kids might not notice an Instagram post, Cooper wanted them to see something more important. "I want my kids to see a mother who's body positive," she explained. "I want my kids to see a mother who's confident in her own skin. That, ideally, would have a ripple effect." "So mamas, put on your bikinis," Cooper concluded. "You've earned it. Every woman deserves to feel comfortable in her own skin without society's judgy opinions." Cooper's mom-shaming experience on social media, unfortunately, is actually quite normal. She's far from the only mother who felt the wrath of the internet after sharing a seemingly harmless decision.